My daughter, Kuri, has DRPLA, a disease that causes atrophy of the brain. It is hereditary and progressive. There is no cure. Kuri is bedridden. My husband, Chiaki, passed away 5 years ago from this disease. I wrote OHANA Family in hopes of finding a cure. I pray that I can save my daughter. Chapter 1. My father. Unlike my father-in-law, who was very kind to me, my father used to annoy me all the time. My father was smart, but very stubborn and not good at expressing his affection. He was really worried about Kuri and me more than anyone else, but he couldn't express it well. Kuri called my father-in-law and mother-in-law Grandpa and Grandma, and called my father and mother Jade and Bob in Russian. When we were still in Japan, my parents lived in Tokyo, and we left Kuri with them every time we went to work. My father loved Kuri very much, but on the other hand, he was very strict with training, and Kuri used to cry, saying, "Jade got mad at me." He taught her not to leave any rice in the bowl when she was eating. My father and mother used to visit us in Hawaii, and my father would complain, "Kuri's eating style is terrible these days." He was also angry that Kuri's use of chopsticks had become bad. And what with Kuri's handwriting? "Are you teaching Kuri how to study properly?" He would say whatever he wanted. "Isn't it because of your bad training?" I knew it was useless to argue with him at such times, so I kept quiet, even though I felt frustrated. When my father lent me money, he also made a difficult request. I would ask, "Why does he say things that annoy me when he lends me money? I don't want to borrow money either. I'm asking him because Kuri is sick and in trouble." I cried on the phone with my mother. This was the only time in my life that I had expressed those feelings in front of my mother. I think my mother was shocked to hear me cry for the first time. She told my father, "Junko was crying. She must have been crying and asking me to help her." She said, "Let's help her without saying anything." After coming to Hawaii several times, it became clear to my father that Kuri was different from the other children. He tried to keep his own opinion about discipline, but in other areas, my father's thinking changed. He began to ask himself, "What is happening to my granddaughter?" He had been living with cancer for decades since his first stomach cancer surgery. He took many medicines every day. He also had Parkinson's disease for several years before he passed away. My father's medications and Kuri's epilepsy medications were the same. After knowing this, my father began to wonder if there was something wrong with him that Kuri might have inherited and manifested itself in Kuri. I told him, "That's not true. Epilepsy and mental retardation can happen to anyone with a small percentage chance." He had always been concerned that Kuri had become ill because of him. When my father's cancer spread to his entire body, and he was given only a few months to live, he said, "My life has been really good. I don't care when I die, but I have one regret. I wonder why Kuri got sick." He also said, "If my life were to be shortened so that Kuri could be healthy, I would die right away." Seeing my father thinking about it so much, my mother cried. How could his only grandchild have turned out like this? My father was worried about Kuri until the very end of his life.